we're going to talk about strength training. And this is something that is very important to include into our daily, weekly routine. And so, no more excuses, no more waiting. It will definitely be something you'll want to think about and add to your life. So, let's get going. First of all, let's talk about what is the definition of strength training because we hear it in social media. We go to the supermarket and you see it on magazines, strength training, and people talking about it. What is strength training? Here we go. Definition. It is physical exercise that requires repetitive contraction of major muscle groups against an opposing force. Typically, it's a weight or gym equipment. So there you go. That's the definition of strength training. Now, strength training, this type of exercise prevents cognitive decline in three ways. Let's talk about these. Number one, it sends healthy chemical signals to the brain, and they're called the BDNF. Number two, it decreases inflammatory chemicals. And number three, it increases your metabolic health. So that's related to insulin and blood glucose control. So very, very important thing for our body. Now let's jump to the research because you are definitely going to need a moment to absorb how incredible this research is. Let's start. There's a research team at the University of Sydney, Australia, and this is what these researchers found. They found that 6 months of lifting weights can protect brain areas that are especially vulnerable to Alzheimer's disease up to 1 year later. Yes, that's what's shocking, up to 1 year later. And wow, speechless, right? Speechless. Here's another one. So you have Dr. Broadhouse, and he is from the University of the Sunshine Coast. And this is what they came up with and realized in the study. They found that there is a very strong benefits that are linked to the protection from degenerating a specific subregion of the hippocampus. Definition time. Hippocampus, if you don't remember from your biology class, it is a complex structure in the brain with its major role in learning and memory. So definitely very important. This is the research they did. They took two groups. They had the control group, and the control group had no strength training. And they went back and they saw that the hippocampus had shrunk 3 to 4% over 18 months. Then they went to their strength training group, and there was only 1 to 2% reduction or none at all of the hippocampus. Conclusion? They found that strength training can protect some hippocampus regions from degeneration or shrinkage up to 12 months after strength training. Shocking, right? Speechless. So, no more waiting. It's time to get the strength training going. And so what I have done is actually we are going to be going on a little field trip, and we're going to be talking to Eileen, and she is a fitness director, and I know she's definitely going to motivate you to have no more waiting and to really make a change in your life that includes strength training. So I can't wait for you to meet her. So I can't wait to share that with you. But we need our Spanish lesson before we go with Eileen. So here we go. A couple words today. So I think one that's very important is the word for exercise. I think it's something we need to integrate into our life, and there's many ways to do that. So let's start with the word for exercise in Spanish. So here we go. The first word is exercise. Ejercicio. All right. So remember, we're moving our mouth. Okay. Ejercicio. And you finish kind of like a duck face. All these movements in your face are critical to sounding more like a native speaker. It'll definitely make a difference and it'll help you pronounce the word. So here we go. One more time. Exercise. Ejercicio. 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 All right. Let's go to number 2. The phrase, I'm going to give you a phrase because we're going to brainwash your brain. And the phrase is, I like to lift weight. Here we Me gusta levantar pesas. Let's try it again. I like to lift weights. Me gusta levantar pesas. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to say it a little faster. Me gusta levantar pesas. Me gusta levantar pesas. Great job, everyone. And if you're watching us on YouTube, I literally have my pesas in my hand and they're pink. Hello. Of course, right? Oh, love pink. Okay. And the word for pink in Spanish, which if you are a follower of Stir the Coco, you must know the color pink. It's rosa. Rosa. Okay. The next one is let's go to the gym. To go, do strength training, you don't necessarily have to go to the gym. Okay. That is just one location that might be an option. So the phrase you're going to learn is let's go to the gym. So the word let's go is handy for many other things that you want to go to. And we've tried that one before. So handy word, the word for let's go is vamos to the gym, al gimnasio. Vamos al gimnasio. And you end with a duck face, right? Because it's the letter O. Let's try that again. Vamos al gimnasio. Vamos al gimnasio. Perfect. Let's go to the gym. And the last one, and actually, I don't have it on me here, but you definitely have to hydrate. Hydration is extremely important. And actually, usually in my YouTube notes, I put a link to my Like It to Know It page, and there's a hydration drink I really like. It's by the brand Vitapod. So if you go on my Like It to Know It, you'll find Vitapod, and you might want to try it out. They have so many great flavors. But that was a side note. But let's say our phrase, drink water, okay? And that we're going to do a command form. So it's bebe agua, okay? And that is the informal form of saying drink water. We're keeping it informal today. There's formal and informal in Spanish, but today we're just going to keep it informal. So it's just a command, drink water. And I hope you all do. Bebe agua. Drink water. Bebe agua. Perfecto. You've done great. Now I'm going to run through all our words and phrases today. So here we go. Word for exercise. Ejercicio. I like to lift weights. Me gusta levantar pesas. Let's go to the gym. Vamos al gimnasio. Drink water. Bebe agua. Excelente. All right. Well, that is our clase de español hoy. And you're all doing great. And I really appreciate that you're following Stir the Coco. We are just getting started. And I'm so excited that you're here with this amazing journey to stay healthy and brain fit and just happy. I hope that you're feeling happy. And we are off to chat with Eileen. Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stir the Coco. And today I have an amazing special guest. Eileen, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And
I'm honored.
I'm honored for you to take the time because she's a very busy woman, and she is a fitness director at Sports Club West Bloomfield. And first of all, we want to get to know you a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in fitness.
All right. I'm going to try not to talk too much. Okay.
Sounds good.
I got invited. It was a fluky thing. It was a fluky thing. It was back 82. Wow. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
1982. And those were the days of leg warmers and Jane Fonda and all that.
Oh,
My sister-in-law at the time was teaching aerobics at church, I believe. So, you have to become a guinea pig if you're part of the family. They want to practice. So you're the guinea pig. So, oh my gosh, I remember doing her classes in my father-in-law's basement. It was very cool. I was hooked from the get. I don't know why.
wow.
I was that girl who never wanted to take gym class. I had cramps, my entire high school career. So why? And then I was just hooked. And from there, I think my ex-husband and I bought all the Jane Fonda things, either on videotape or Laserdisc even. Oh my gosh. And I remember doing those and went to a racquetball facility that did aerobics classes in one of their courts in the evening, maybe 3 nights a week. And I was religious. I never missed a class. And eventually their classes got so crowded, they had to expand their schedule.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was asked to teach. So that was how I started.
So that you became a superstar.
Well, I ran away. I do have to say that I started there, and then I went to a storefront studio, and I think the racquetball club must have changed owners or something like that. And I went to a storefront studio. Then I auditioned for one of the 2 most popular places in the area, if not the country.
What?
I mean, Jane Fonda even came and did like a master class at the place where
You
I
met
went.
Jane Fonda?
I didn't meet her. I wasn't there at the time, unfortunately. Yeah, but she was there. So I do have to say that teaching there,
Wow.
they were the most amazing mentors. I learned so much from them. You didn't just teach there. They did workshops for us.
So it's like
They
boot camp.
they taught us also.
Wow.
Everything. Everything. Exactly. They were phenomenal. They were great.
Well, that is awesome. Wow. Okay.
And then I came here.
Wow. So this is like family here. I mean, I know
Yes.
I was here, gosh, since it was one-on-one.
Yes.
It used to be something else.
That's when I started.
That's
It was
when
one-on-one.
One-on-one.
Yeah.
So, and it's like a family here. Like
It really is.
yeah, it really is.
I've been here. I just started my 33rd year, which seems absolutely crazy.
Awesome.
And I'm the baby out of the management staff. Terry's been here longer. Don's been here longer. We've all, I don't know what that says about it.
I love it. It's beautiful because you're all beautiful people. So I wouldn't go anywhere else. Well, my next question for you is, a lot of our followers are, 50 and up, and we keep hearing you have to do strength training.
Yeah.
Tell us, do we need to, and why is it important if we need to?
You absolutely need to do strength training, because here's what's going to happen. If you don't do any strength training, one day you won't be able to get in or out of your car.
Wow.
You won't be able to walk up and down the stairs. You won't be able to pick up a jug of laundry detergent. That's how simple it is. Okay. Now, it's also just important to keep your blood flowing. If you have a tendency, if your A1C is not so hot, it keeps your blood sugar in check. There's so much that goes along with it, but it's essential. I just had this conversation with somebody tonight. My entire career, I know that there are 3 pieces of the pie for let's call it fitness. Okay.
Yes.
That is cardio. Okay. For your cardiorespiratory system, cardiovascular system.
Wonderful.
It is flexibility. And then it's strength training.
Wow.
But throughout my entire career, I've tried to get by doing 2. Every now and then you think, oh, I don't need to stretch so much until you injure yourself. And then you realize, okay, this is because I have been stretching my hamstrings. There you go. Been there.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. And the
Stretch.
cardio. Okay. Well, I don't need to do cardio so much. There is something about that. I have friends that still are just so hell bent, pardon my language,
Yeah.
to doing cardio every day because they're so fixated on losing weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or not gaining weight. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good enough reason, but you don't need to be doing it at your 80% max anymore. I believe it's the American Heart Association says 65% of your max is going to give you cardiorespiratory, cardiovascular benefits. This whole thing of doing something until you're crawling is really got to go by the wayside.
Okay, that's comforting to know.
It's really true. It's really true. But the cardio is also important too. If this is something that somebody is concerned about, it keeps the blood moving through your brain, which keeps all those bad proteins from settling in there and creating, you know, those
blockages,
diseases we don't want to talk about.
Yes,
exactly.
yep.
Exactly. And cardio will do a lot. And that can be walking around the block, doing a mile every day. That can be that.
Oh, that counts as your cardio.
Exactly. Look, when I was about 35 or 40, I finally realized I hate running. And I admitted to myself and to everybody I knew, I hate running. And it was liberating. It was like a burden coming off my shoulders.
Wow.
Because you feel like you got to pretend. Oh, I'm running.
Yeah.
I hate it. The back of my knees hurt for the first 2 miles. I can't stand it. I love to walk, and I walk fast. I can do 4 miles in just under an hour.
Oh my God.
I love it. And it's so much more meditative for me than it is running. When I'm running, all I'm thinking about is, I hate this.
I'm there with you because I did the turkey trot and I did my fast walk and I enjoyed it. First, I saw the sights and I felt better. And, you know, so yeah.
You really do. There's a little bit of research out there too. And I know a lot of people would disagree with me.
Yeah,
and that's
walkers.
fine. I can't say I know one way or the other, but I've read that walking actually works more muscles and it can be a little bit more beneficial as far as, you know, getting the blood pumping through your whole body. And I'm trying to think what else they said it was.
Good thing.
Well, it's easier on your body too.
Yeah, it's my knees feel it. I'm like you. I
can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore.
No,
my left knee blows right up instantly. So
yeah, love it.
Yeah.
And then
so the strength training is it's incredibly important if you want to continue doing the things that you're doing now. And this is what I always tell people. Do you have grandchildren? Do you want to stay active with your grandchildren?
Great question.
You have to do some strength training. And it doesn't mean you're lifting as heavy as you can lift.
Okay, so now tell us, what is a typical strength training? Do I need this every day, once a week? What is that like? Because people are thinking, okay, great. Now what do I have to do?
All right. I'm going to
break it down into real life scenarios.
I'm going to tell you what if I were talking to myself,
to you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what I would tell myself.
Yes, what would you do?
3 days a week. Okay. 3. You can either do total body or you can break it down a little bit depending on how much time you have available. You can do all push one day, all pull the next day. You know, you can break it up a little. The one thing you do have to educate yourself a little bit. If you've never done weight training before, you're definitely going to have to educate yourself slightly because you don't want to hurt yourself.
Okay. So a day with a trainer might be a good one.
Not even just a trainer. I mean, probably shouldn't be telling anybody this, but YouTube is a really phenomenal place to find some excellent information.
Okay.
And I think good resource. Think for most people, you know, you look at how many followers they have, that will really help.
Okay.
And clearly you want to make sure they're not just decked out, you know, and like the latest. Is where them to be a little serious, you know. Don't look for those YouTubers, okay? You want to look for the ones that like you
really mean.
Yeah, you can tell. And then there's also community programs. There's a lot of community programs, especially for seniors too, and for moms. You know, anybody who's got like kind of like those either limited schedules or limited abilities. You know, lots of community programs. Yes, you can join a club. I'm told that Medicare and some insurances will actually pay for the whole, you do.
Oh, that's something to look into.
Yes, for sure. 100%. We have that
Wow.
here right now. We have, used to be Active and Fit. It's called something else. There are a lot of companies and a lot of insurance companies that are paying for all of it, really for all
So
of
they
it.
really care
Yeah,
about
yes,
you a little
for
bit.
sure. Isn't that nice?
Oh my gosh.
Boy, give it that way. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? I know. So that's a great thing. And then
Wonderful.
I always tell everybody this too.
Yeah.
Look,
totally.
you invest your money so that you can take care of yourself in the long term, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, that's why I'm investing our money. I'm not necessarily investing it to give it to my children.
No, they
I
can
give it
make
to
their
me.
own.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
That's true.
You really should invest in your health, in your day-to-day abilities. You know, do you
Wow.
want to be able to garden when you're into your 70s and 80s? Do you want to be able to get in and out of your car? Like I said, I've had a
Wow.
couple abdominal surgeries, and it is
Wow.
amazing to me how your abs are everything getting in and out of your car. It's
Oh my gosh.
Is anybody out there who's ever had a hernia surgery? Let me tell you, getting in and out of that car for a little while is not easy. It's all abs. It is all abs.
Wow.
There are other things too. It's not a bad idea to go through your movements in your brain and figure out the best way to do it. I train my clients this way when they say they have a hard time getting up off the floor.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to show you how to get up off the floor. There's a
Oh.
science to it. It may not look real graceful, but you're going to get up off the floor without looking like a turtle stuck on your back.
Wow.
And it's the same thing getting out of the car. Think about when you have a dress on. How do you get out of your car when you have a dress
Oh my
on?
gosh, it's a great analogy.
You swing both legs around and then you get up this way.
Yeah.
You're going to take one leg and be like, okay, how am I going to do this? Yeah, I mean, that's,
Oh my gosh.
it makes it so much easier.
Okay, that breaks
So,
it down real
I've
nice.
learned you have to like think ahead. So that's why that is it. That's why you have to lift weights. You want to hold your grandchildren. You want to be able to pick them up if they hurt themselves.
Wow.
The holidays were just over. I'm lugging pots and pans out and dishes and
Yeah, decorations. Just
I
pulling
know.
things
And
down.
some stuff is up in the highest shelf. So now I have to go into my laundry room and get my step stool and drag that out. And so yeah,
Does
that's
it
the
reduce
workout.
injury? I'm sure.
For sure, 100%.
You've seen that
I'm in a fixer-upper that I'll be fixing up probably until I'm not able to do it anymore. And
wow.
yeah, let me tell you something. I have fallen a few times.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I have not fallen a few times. And every time I don't fall, I always
Yes.
say to myself, oh my gosh, thank God I've still got my core going for me. Because that's
Okay,
what keeps
core.
you from falling. Yeah. When you think about it, what happens when you're on ice? You slip a little bit and you go, oh my gosh, I caught myself.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
your core. That's your core. And
Never thought about that.
when somebody tells me they went down like that,
Yes. That means
that worries me a little bit. When they just bam hit the ground. You know, that worries me a little bit. Yeah, because you want to try to be able to catch yourself. I know
Yes.
there's lots of people out there who are going to say, "Oh, I've hurt myself trying to catch myself." All right, yeah, that.
But there's a way to
happens.
fall. I know my mom
There's
took a
definitely a way to
class,
fall.
and they
Yes.
taught her like to fall in a
Yes.
certain way.
Yes, for
and-
sure, 100%. Or you try to
Yeah.
fall on your rump or something. you
Yes.
know. I've noticed too that as my eyesight has waned,
Yeah.
I have to really focus on looking at the floor and what's in front of me. It's about being in the moment
That's good
and
advice.
paying
Being in
attention
the
to
moment.
what you're doing. Yeah, for sure, definitely. But the strength training,
You can't get around
look,
it.
I could go on and on.
Share one story that you probably that you're like, I want to tell you about a client or yourself personally that you've seen the miracle of strength training.
Of strength training. All right. Well, I can tell you that I've had many people, not just clients, but members that have come to me and said, I'm going to be skiing. I'm going skiing this winter. It's been a whole winter since I've been skiing. How can I get my legs back in shape as quickly as possible?
Wow.
Frankly, okay, this is an industry secret, kind of easy to train your legs to get stronger. You know, it
Okay.
is. But those have always been really rewarding when they came back and they said, I did everything you told me to do. And oh my gosh, I skied so phenomenal. And then I did have a client back in the 90s. And this was extremely rewarding. So this is before I came to the sports club and I was at a personal training gym. You had to actually have an appointment with a trainer to go there and work out.
Wow.
And I was training a woman whose cholesterol was sky high, genetic, sky high, over 400 for, the total cholesterol. Oof, but her LDLs were really bad too. So the doctor told her she had to work out.
Wow.
And I really only did strength with her. I don't recall ever. Yeah, we didn't do cardio together. We only did strength. And I remember she was losing weight. Her cholesterol was coming down.
No.
She was so happy. The most rewarding part was after I'd come to the sports club and I hadn't seen her for a while, all of a sudden, I was at Levin's Beauty. I don't even know if that's been.
I think it is. I actually remember going there.
Yeah, I was probably looking for some shampoo for blonde hair or something like that. And
the purple shampoo.
Exactly, yes, the purple shampoo. And I heard somebody say, oh my gosh, that's the person who changed my life. And I thought, who's that person talking to? And it was her talking to me.
Oh my gosh. And you deserve it, 2000.
That might have been the number one. That might have been the number
all
one.
Those hours and years of work.
Yes,
and then you had these nuggets of
the little things
reward.
like that. I mean, I've had some strange things where, I trained a woman once for years and years, and all of a sudden she was getting this pain in her side and couldn't do abs. We couldn't do crunches. And it got to where she was in a lot of pain. And I finally said, I'm not feeling comfortable with this.
Wow.
I need you to go see a doctor. And she was the type that would blow off everything. She, being a mom.
Yeah, you have time. No time.
And this is a crazy story. The doctor told her that her appendix had actually burst, but encapsulated.
Oh my gosh.
He said a bad cough, a car accident, she wouldn't have made it more than a few minutes.
No. So you saved her life. I mean, you got it her flying. Oh my gosh. Yes, you did. Let me tell you.
I mean, it's like the thing she would have got to the doctor eventually, but you really do become involved in their
I was going to say, it sounds like it becomes very personal and
you're much more of a lifestyle coach. Really.
Wow.
You did. Like a professor, I mean,
yes,
you're helping them figure things out.
Yeah.
I've had clients come to me and say, I ate a whole bag of potato chips last night. All right, you shouldn't have told me that.
Because now,
why are potato chips in your house? Well, I had to buy them for my husband. Your husband can't buy his own potato chips? Why can't your husband keep the potato chips in his car? Then keep them at work? No, I'm not kidding.
You did come through that psychology.
Because really, why are those potato chips in your house?
Yeah.
If you know you're going to eat I don't buy Lay's potato chips. If they're in my house, I'm eating them.
Yeah, guilty.
I mean, so that's what it has to be. You gotta get really good at some self-talk.
You're great. I mean, and you've got such an amazing heart. I mean, this is changing lives. And what do we have? If we have our health, what do we really have?
Well, you have somebody to shovel your driveway. Do it yourself.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go.
I did mine the last big snow. I'm going to have to do it tonight or tomorrow, but the last big snow that we got, I did it. I was soaking wet when I went in.
No.
I could not believe this was phenomenal. Now, I do want to bring up one other thing. You want to stay mobile. You have to stay mobile. You just do. I mean, I know this broad is never stopping. And I'm not kidding. I'm not.
No,
I do everything by myself.
We have to keep moving. We can't stop.
All of my dirt, all of my wood chips.
Wow.
My hands, I've noticed, they start to get a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
My grandson has these squishy things. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to the dollar store.
So you're sitting at the office. I mean,
even at home watching when I do watch TV.
Oh my gosh.
Because really, I don't like that my hands don't feel stronger. I'm trying to lift.
And you found a solution to it.
Well, when he was like, Nanny, here, you want to try this? And I'm like, you know what? These would be great.
So learn from the young ones.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
And that's, I've learned so many things from young people and young kids.
Yeah.
I love this. This is really uplifting. And I think we need to spread the word about this.
I do too. I do. It really, it hurts my heart for people that don't get out there and even just take a walk around the block.
And getting people to come with you, that might help, right? It's a support
Oh my
system.
gosh, that would be
You know, if
amazing.
you have a neighbor or a friend, I think that pushes you a little bit more to
Absolutely,
do
that
you
would be
know?
amazing. And it doesn't have to be a breakneck speed. You're just getting your blood moving through your body. That's all
So
we're doing.
when people want to say, okay, where can I start doing this? Well, like you've mentioned, your local community center,
Yeah,
your club,
for sure. Yeah.
any other
Call your
suggestions is
insurance companies and ask them, do
wonderful.
you pay for any memberships to any clubs?
That's
And
a
they
great tip.
usually have a list.
Thank you.
They will
Oh my
usually have a
gosh.
list for
Okay,
you.
no excuses. There we
There,
go.
I know there aren't any
There's
excuses.
excuses.
I'm a big one for saying, wow, I've had a really hard day today. I'm going to just rest here for a little while. I know. And then I get up and go, no, I've got laundry and I got dishes and the cats are hungry and
Oh my
stuff like that.
gosh.
And look, that all applies. It all applies because you're moving,
True,
you're moving,
people
you're
don't
moving, you're
realize
moving.
that.
Absolutely, 100%.
I mean, I counted my steps once, just I had my phone. I don't have like a fancy watch, but just on my phone, and just doing housework.
Yes,
I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have not stopped.
yes,
It was-
absolutely.
it's chunking.
100%. 100%.
So, you know, on that snowy day, just do your household chores. You're still
Absolutely.
moving.
Absolutely. And, you know,
And,
try not to be afraid of your stairs. Those are good things.
I
Kind
know.
of gets me when people go, oh, but I don't, you know, when I was looking for a house, they were like, oh, but it's got stairs. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care if it's got stairs. I want to use my stairs.
That's good.
But then, you know, then your children love to bring you back down to earth and say, what if you fell? Okay.
Oh my gosh, no.
That's a good reason for you to call me every day, then. You know.
Yeah, but if you're doing strength training in your core, then you should be good to go.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
why have that fear? So I think that takes away those fears, you know.
And for ladies, we're strengthening those bones. You just have to do
Oh
it.
my gosh. Okay.
You have to do it. I
We
should have
forgot
mentioned
about that
Yeah.
osteoporosis,
Yes,
right?
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
It there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't get away from it.
It's
You have to do it.
and quickly, like how long? Can it be a 30-minute? Do we need like
Yes, 30 minutes is great.
short and sweet?
30 minutes is great. I mean, if I were training somebody,
Yes, if we came to you,
I
what would
do
they
2 to 3 sets, and this is how I work it. That first
Yes.
set is always, how does that weight feel? And then the second set, I'm like, so if they tell me it's too light or too heavy, I'll adjust it.
That's
But
when you're
if it's too light, sometimes I'll adjust it a little bit heavier than I think they might be able to do. Because then on the third set, I want to see what their reaction is. And usually by the third set, we've hit that Goldilocks spot, you know?
nice.
So then I get to know them a little bit. And I usually, once they get stronger, that second set, I'll put a tiny bit more weight on. And by tiny bit, I mean, we might go from like, these are machines, these aren't
Yeah.
dumbbells, okay? So let's say on a row, you can do 20 pounds. I'll give them 25 just for one set and maybe let them get away with 10 repetitions instead of 12.
Okay.
But then on that last set, I'll take them back to the one where they can do 12, maybe even 15 repetitions.
Okay.
Play around with it. You don't get
into it.
bored. That way you're not getting bored and somebody else is
True.
thinking about it for you.
Oh,
too,
see,
you know?
Eileen, I'm going to make an appointment with you right after we sign up.
I mean, it really that now if you were going to be a bodybuilder, honey,
Yeah.
that's a whole different book. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking
No,
about.
we just want
here.
to feel good and
We want to take care of these
on.
bodies.
Yes.
I tease. Look, I've got a car. I'm taking it into the shop tomorrow. God, please.
Oh my
Don't
gosh,
charge me
please,
$1 million.
please be nice,
But
Eileen.
you have to take care of your car.
Yes.
You got to take care of your body. And what's worth more to you, your
Yeah.
car or your
No,
own?
I'll take my
fitness?
bod
Seriously, really.
and get ready for that
Absolutely.
summer bikini.
Yes.
Not, but
Then there's that. No, there's that too. Get a goal. A goal will really, when my son got married 2 years ago,
Really? A goal?
oh, that was all I needed. I'm going to be in a sleeveless dress. That was it. That was it. I made no
Makes me
excuses,
think.
honey. I was
Makes
working
me
out.
think, girl. Well, Eileen, actually, I got to go play tennis and
Yeah.
and do
Okay.
some
I
tennis
hope I
ball.
didn't keep you for too
No,
long.
I'm good. It's
Okay.
more fun.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Well,
Sorry.
thank you so much for coming on
My
the show. Maybe someday we'll have you again.
My
And,
pleasure. That would be my pleasure. too.
And please send some love to Eileen 'cause she is the best.
Well, any questions too?
Yes. So
Great.
she's at Sports Club. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye.